see is to become animal. Consciousness is the prey of its own perception. Every vision births its creature. Oedipus, Narcissus, Actaeon. The animal form is the truth of the seeing soul, instinct made sacred. Actaeon's stag is Narcissus's reflection turned outward. Beauty externalized as body. The metamorphosis is not regression but revelation. The Godhead glimpsed through fur and fang. Vision without metamorphosis is mere sight. Sight without metamorphosis is ignorance. Civilization begins with the first hallucination called reason. Madness is the residue of divinity within consciousness. The poet inherits the role of the madman. He sees beyond what he can endure. To write is to translate madness into syntax, delirium into order. Actaeon's complex is the origin of lyric. Beauty glimpsed too directly. Every civilization reenacts the wild hunt, the mind chasing its own shadows. The poet's dismemberment by his hounds is history's recurring initiation rite. Heroic frenzy seeing as participation in divinity. The few Actaeons, Bruno's elect, are those who survive illumination. To see Diana naked is to awaken to the totality of nature. The madness that follows is not pathology but gnosis. The antlers are crowns of insight, the tree of being flowering through the skull. The ecstatic exile in the wilderness is philosophy's true home. Vision and madness are not opposites, but phases of initiation. In the frenzy of seeing, the human is transfigured into cosmic intelligence. Blake's correction of Ovid to see the divine body is to be liberated, not condemned. If the doors of perception were cleansed, everything would appear infinite. The fall was not in seeing too much, but in forgetting what was seen. Imagination is the redemption of the guilty eye, the restoration of vision as creation. The horns of Actaeon become the rays of Albion. The hunted stag is resurrected as the human form divine. The poet's dismemberment becomes the body of prophecy. The word made flesh once more. The sacred begin where sight crosses its own limit. The eye that desires too much becomes the wound it beholds. Eroticism is the expenditure of vision beyond utility. To see the goddess is to dissolve the distinction between seer and seen, life and death. Actaeon's metamorphosis is Bataille's formula, continuity regained through violence. The hounds of conscience are the muscles of transgression. Their bite is awakening. Every vision culminates in sacrifice, for the eye is the most sacrificial organ. When the eye ceases to hunt, it begins to radiate. The seeing self and the seeing world merge in divine transparency. To see all things as light is to live in eternity. The resurrection of the eye is the end of representation. Vision becomes being, light seeing itself. The final metamorphosis, action into sun. Behold, the I becomes the world, and the world the I. Every act of seeing replays the myth, illumination, terror, dissolution, and rebirth. The guilty I returns eternally to innocence through metamorphosis. To see is to die is to see again. Every epoch reenacts the same revelation under new masks. The poet's sight preserves the circuit of vision, from Ovid's terror to Bruno's ecstasy to Blake's forgiveness to Bataille's flame. The recourse of the eye is imagination eternal, the cosmos opening itself to its own gaze. Thus ends the metamorphosis, the eye and the horn united, the hunter, the hunted, and the light reconciled. All that is perfect wants to die. Whoever rightly understands and celebrates death at the same time magnifies life. To learn philosophy is to learn how to die. The horror of death is the horror of dying with unlived lines in our body. Death diffused from life becomes malignancy, a principle of sterile negotiation. When fused with eros, it becomes rhythm, the pulse of transformation itself. The death instinct alone wishes only to cease. Fused with life, it learns to dance. Restless negativity is the shadow of repressed joy. Mephistopheles is not death itself, but death made moral, death under the law of guilt. To affirm death falsely, as Schopenhauer did, is to hate life in disguise. Only he who can affirm birth can affirm death, for both are one opening, one gate. Schopenhauer's no to life is also no to death. His renunciation of the body masks a deeper terror of individuality. To despise the principium individuation is to despise embodiment and therefore to despise being. He who cannot love his own birth cannot love his own end. Resignation without affirmation is spiritual cowardice. To curse the flesh is to condemn the soul to abstraction. True nirvana is not negation but reconciliation. The silence that sings through fulfilled desire. Nietzsche's yes redeems Schopenhauer's no. All that is ripe wants to die, not from despair, but from fullness. Ripeness is the wisdom of the body, completion desiring release. Joy in affirming itself affirms its own extinction as continuity. Death becomes celebration, not negation. Consummation, not catastrophe. Eternity is the rhythm of repetition. Life dying and being reborn in every moment. The will to die is the will to begin again. The neurotic man fears death by substituting lineage for life. I want hears, says the anxious soul, postponing joy into inheritance. Property is the mortal's talisman against mortality. The economic man is a metaphysical coward, trading presents for posterity. Jam tomorrow and never jam today. The neurosis of time masquerading as progress. To immortalize action is to betray experience. Eternity is not duration but immediacy. Joy wanting itself. The eternal recurrence is therapy, therapy for the repressed body. It abolishes the fight from death by restoring rhythm to life. What repeats eternally is not event, but affirmation. Joy wants itself, wants recurrence, wants everything eternally the same. The return is not a circle, but a pulse. Desire satisfied, desire renewed. The horror of death vanishes when each instant is resurrection. The will to eternal return is the erotic will purified of futurity. The dream of heaven is the symptom of repressed death. An immortal paradise betrays hatred of embodiment. Where death is denied, life becomes unlivable. The horror of death arises only where the body is despised. Religion's promise of eternal life is the psyche's refusal to finish its own sentence. Anxiety is time's revenge for unaccepted mortality. The only heaven worth having is the one that still dies daily. Art is the consciousness of mortality. Art is the consciousness of mortality becoming luminous. Whoever rightly understands and celebrates death magnifies life. The poem is the ritual in which the living rehearse dying. The work of art replaces immortality with intensity. The poet's task is to rebind Eros and Thanatos in song. Every perfect line dies the moment it is born. Its death is its fulfillment. Aesthetics is the discipline of graceful extinction. The reconciliation of life and death belong to the body, not to reason. The body is the only dialectician honest enough to perish. Man who is born of woman and destined to die is a body. The instincts are wiser than metaphysics. They know how to finish. Only when Eros affirms the flesh can Thanatos affirm release. To live well is to die rhythmically, to pulse into stillness. The abolition of repression is resurrection through incarnation. Anxiety is not the fear of dying, but the fear of separation. The infant's cry for the mother is the prototype of all theology. The neurotic clings because he cannot die, he cannot separate. The repression of death produces the cult of dependence, the refusal of individuality. The ego's anxiety is the nature of an overthrow or extinction. To become independent is to consent to die symbolically, to be reborn as self. Maturity is the body's acceptance of solitude as the form of freedom. To learn philosophy is to learn how to die, to learn psychoanalysis to learn how to live. Death accepted consciously is life freed from time. To live without repression is to die without fear. The aim of all therapy is resurrection through awareness of mortality. The philosopher teaches death, the poet teaches how to sing. The final harmony of Eros and Thanatos is the end of both. Rest as rhythm, stillness as joy. All that is perfect wants to die, learn to live.